All right. Despite all of our differences that you may have between me, between anybody else, it's one thing all of us can agree on, right? We are overwhelmed. Especially myself. I want to tell you my story about kind of how I'm being overwhelmed, how I'm going to overcome it, and what I'm doing this week is like a test to see if it works. So I have a list of goals that I want to accomplish over the course of this year, which you can see in one of my earlier videos. But so what I've been doing recently is I've been working quite a bit, and I'm like, hey, I don't have time to get all of these things done, and I didn't know why I didn't have time to do it because I thought that I would. So what I did is I started doing some research, and I found a video that was like, hey, you need to make a schedule. I've heard scheduling before from a lot of people, but I've been really hesitant against doing it because I've always kind of told myself that I work better in chaos and having to kind of figure stuff out as I go with what I'm going to do with my time. But I decided for this week, I'm going to do like a trial and actually create a schedule throughout my day. Um, yeah, so it's really interesting. So what I had done is last week I set up the schedule when I shouldn't have. I set it up in the middle of the night, probably like 2 in the morning, just because I couldn't sleep. But I got it all set up for the week. And as I started going through it, I put in my work schedule, and then I started putting in things I want to get done, like going to the gym. One thing I also recently added onto my list of things I want to get done this year is become significantly better at Chinese. So I included time to study Chinese. I included like what else did I include? I've also wanted to start DoorDash soon, which will be cool. I'll do a video on that because I think I'm gonna start it tomorrow. But yeah, so I'll be starting that soon, and I just kept putting in everything that I want to get done throughout my day. And I noticed I had these massive, massive blocks of time that I didn't know existed before, right? I also included like making these videos as like in my schedule. But as I was going through, I saw these massive blocks of time, and I realized that if I actually schedule, I have more time than I thought I did. I think the reason why is because without a clear plan of what I was gonna do and what I'm going to do, what ends up happening is I'm kind of just doing. Sorry, I got a clear notification real quick. So what's happening instead is more notifications. So sorry about that. Another one. Sorry, I'm getting scheduled for work, so I got all those notifications that got popped up. So back on track now. So what's been happening is like I've been dinking around on my phone too much, spending too much time watching YouTube videos, which is kind of interesting that I'm doing that when I should be posting more. I feel like I built a full consistent posting schedule for the rest of this year to hit my 100 video mark. And if I do stay consistent with it like I plan to do, as in this video, this is me staying consistent with my plan. I'll end in like, I think it's like middle of November, I will have hit 100 videos for the year. So what my plan is to do is do like alternate weeks between doing 3 videos and 2 videos, like back and forth. Yeah, so I want to try that. So back on my schedule thing, right? So I noticed these like big blocks of times. What I started doing is I was putting in things like work, gym, whatever, because those are very, very important things to me. Then I go and put in YouTube. Reading was another important one that I blocked out time for each day. And what I'm doing is like I noticed those other spots that were open, so I started putting stuff in those, like laundry, doing dishes at my house or whatever, cleaning something, getting my oil change was a big one that I need to get done this week because it's got to be done this month. Yeah, just all that stuff. And even after all that, I still notice those massive blocks. And even with those there, it's fine for them to be there because I feel like it's good to have some sort of downtime as long as you're actually able to get everything done. But I feel like what I was doing is I was doing downtime first and then trying to do everything else later, which doesn't work, I found. So what I did is I'm kind of switching that around, trying to do better prioritization with everything I want to get done, kind of to be more productive and kind of make myself an overall better person. I really encourage all of you to figure some way that works for you to schedule out your day. I've made schedules before, but not nearly as in detail as this. Going through this weekly schedule, it literally took me probably a good 2.5 hours to make. I'm sure over time, as I get better at it, it'll become easier to do. I forgot what the app was called, but I'm using an app on my phone and I actually color coded all the things I have to do based on what type of task it is, right? And I feel like that's gonna be something that's gonna really help me out in my life, help me reach my goals and everything. Yeah, so I'm gonna come back with this probably in like a week or two, kind of give you an update, see how it works, see what didn't work with my scheduling, just all that stuff. Yeah, so on a side note, one of the things I was gonna try and do this week is wake up at 8 a.m., which I have a really hard time doing because my body wants to sleep until like 11, which I'm sure is the thing a lot of you can relate to, especially if you work in the afternoons like I do, or like in the middle of the day or whatever. Yeah, so especially what had happened is, so part of the reason why it was harder for me to wake up today specifically, is because I made the dumb decision to yesterday while I was at work. I had a coffee and an energy drink, finished the energy drink at like 8 o'clock, and then suddenly 4 o'clock rolled around this morning. And ended up changing my alarm to 10 o'clock, and I just moved everything around that I had planned for today into different time slots. So I have less free time in the afternoon, and just some of the morning stuff I just moved later into the day after I got off work, which, for example, this video, right? I was going to film this morning, but because I slept in, it got moved until after I got off work, right? So I feel like that's another benefit of having like the open spaces is that you can move stuff around kind of as needed based upon what's happening and what's going on in your life. Now, I don't recommend consistently doing that, which I don't plan to do. This is like one of those one-off things. I'm sure it'll happen again every now and then, maybe when it's every couple of weeks or something. But I'm gonna try to avoid that and keep my schedule as best as I can to how I have it set up, right? Yeah. So we'll see how this works. See you guys in a couple days. Peace.